Let's try the tuck and tilt on the half roller. I think some of you might find that you prefer the half roller to learn the tuck and tilt. Number one, because the motion becomes easier to identify. Number two, it feels really nice having this wide flat surface on the back of your hips. So let's go ahead and lie on our back. All the way back, knees are bent. Let's bring that half roller up to underneath our pelvis. Now where does it go? Again, you want to find your hip bones here. Wrap your thumbs around the back of your hips. And if your thumbs don't run into the roller, you're in a good spot. If you do find that your thumbs hit the roller when you wrap them around, that might mean your roller is too high up here. So go ahead and move it down. Again, find your hip bones, trace your thumbs. If you're not hitting the roller, you're in a good spot. Now, feet are hip width apart. How do we do that? Bring your feet together, then bring them apart like a little slice of pizza. Bring the heels apart a little further than the toes, and then straighten out your feet. And if you just take a quick peek, your legs are pointing straight, knees are straight, feet are hip width apart. Now, when we do the tuck and tilt, we're only going to move on an exhale. And one of the reasons why I really like this half roller is because someone who is vertically challenged, like myself, can have their lower ribs touching the ground. So it does give you more feedback to make sure that this portion of your torso from here and up isn't moving with the pelvis, right? That's why we want to differentiate our pelvis. So go ahead and take a breath in. On an exhale, really sink the ribs towards the mat. I'm not asking you to do a crunch or really hold your abs tight. We're just trying to be aware that our ribs right here that normally flare are not flaring, okay? I want to make a triangle with my hands, and my fingertips are going to go on my pubic bone. The heels of my hands are going to go wide on my pelvis. Now we're only going to move on an exhale. These do not have to be really wide, large, deep breaths, but we are going to move on an exhale. So I'm going to take a sip of air, and I'm going to exhale and curl my pubic bone towards my nose. Now when I do this, I want to feel that my feet are light. I'm not pushing into the ground, and then I'm not using my glutes to push into my feet. This should all come from the hips. I'm going to inhale a sip of air. And I'm going to exhale. I'm going to just go back to neutral, straightening my pelvis out so it is flat. This roller should look flat. It's not looking like this, right? My ribs have stayed in place. I haven't popped them up. Now that I've gone over all the exaggerations, let's do it for real. So I'm in my tilt. I'm going to inhale a sip of air. My feet are light. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to curl my pubic bone towards my nose. It's going to feel like I'm maybe pulling my pubic bone up to my belly button in towards my spine. Inhale a sip of air. Exhale, tilt. Everything comes back to neutral. So that roller should look nice and flat. My ribs are not flaring upward. I still have a nice contact on the ground with my back, my mid back. Right about the bra line is where I'm contacting the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck. Inhale, a sip of air. Exhale, ribs are quiet, tilt. I'm not going beyond a straight plane here, so I'm not trying to arch my back. Once I realize that my pelvis is flat, or as close to flat as is comfortable, that's as far as I want to go. Now your tuck and tilt probably looks different than mine. Inhale. Exhale, tuck. Inhale. Exhale, tilt. Inhale. Exhale, tuck. My feet are light. I'm not clenching my butt cheeks, and I'm not dropping my chin to my chest. Inhale. Exhale, tilt. How does it feel on the half roller? Let's go ahead and slide that out from under you. Come on up to seated. And just know that depending on your level of body sense, your pelvic tuck and tilt looks different than everyone else's. Why? Because some of us have our pelvis stuck in a tuck. Some of us are anteriorly tilted, so we have that low arch in our back that seems to always be present. So identifying that movement of differentiation is going to come with practice and time. And it's different day to day. You're not going to find that your pelvis moves independently of your ribs or your femurs the same every day. So this is why we practice it. It's to improve our body sense, to improve our autopilot's connection with our center of gravity, and to really be able to sense where we are in time and space on a day-to-day basis.